that somebody else was born, but at least we got to say we ran on the digit, we ran on the money, we ran on the digit, we ran on that money, we ran on the digit, we ran on that money. We ran on the digit, we ran on some money, we ran on the digit, we ran on some money, we ran on some digit, we ran on some money. I'm leaning like I'm on the field for the Hennies. I talk lots of shit like my bitches are dangerous. They didn't know me once, so I left from with wishes. You know it's a drop when you drain and can't flip it. I'm living big, I swear to God, on Luke ain't kicking. Money, turn up, mama, gon' snap her some dope, her hair gray like a grandma. You know my ice blingin' like Dolce, like a panda. Roll it, hold it, I couldn't control, shout it like a channel. My racks are squeaking on that pot and I hop in that Rari, I crank all like water. Horses don't stop, they keep going. Yeah. You can lose your life, but it gon' keep going. Why not risk life when it's gon' keep going? When you die, somebody else was born, but at least we got to say we ran on the digit, we ran on the money, we ran on the digit, we ran on that money, we ran on the digit, we ran on that money. We ran on the digit, we ran on the money, we ran on the digit, we ran on some money, we ran on some digit, we ran on some money. I'ma move me so no like confusion. I'ma go in that bit with a ruler. I'ma toast me a nigga like Schroeders. I'ma keep a red flag cause I'm booler. I know some roller spaces like a duelist. Yeah, I was screaming on my car like cool. When I snorted, I feel like I was aborted. If I ever ordained, baby, you better drop what's yours. I been getting money before the music for Pandora. I just do this shit when I get bored. Nigga, horses don't stop, they keep going. Yeah. You can lose your life, but it gon' keep going. Why not risk life when it's gon' keep going? Yeah. When you die, somebody else was born.
Today, we're going to talk about the NBA Finals, winners on the diamond, and we've got to cash a squad ride. This is Behind the Lines. Well, Jovan, the Orioles have now lost 7 games in a row. What a fucking joke. 15-31, more than 15 games under 500. You just got swept by the Nats. I haven't seen the Nats sweep a team, let alone the Orioles, I don't think in my lifetime. I'm all for reading a good book in the off season when your fucking feet are in the sand and you don't have a baseball game to worry about. Mid-season when you got a 6 ERA, fucking lock in, buddy. Put the books down. Grab a baseball. Hit the fucking treadmill, Trevor.
Of course, the Cubs are a team where if you give them like a single-pronged approach, simple approach with the plate, they can only key in on one pitch, which with Mick Abel is exactly what you have to do. They have been demolishing those pitchers every single time they see it. They ain't stopping now. I'm buying in. We're seeing a shootout.
320 feet. I could hit a ball that far. I mean, when do we normalize celebrating pop-ups? Aaron Judge, typical me guy move. Hitting a nuke there instead of just putting the ball in play. And look, he didn't make the dimensions of the park, but he decided to play in them, and that shit pisses me off.
I got too much to live, no time to forget. New chrome, yeah, I got this shit on my head. You grown, shit, no, I don't got time for this. Alone, you just want something.
What's going on, chat? Happy BTL Thursday, episode 718 piece. As always, hold the fry, joined by your two hosts, Krabs and Jovan, presented by Bookit Sports. How many times do I got to say it? If you're not using Bookit Sports and you're betting on sports every day, go check it out yourself. Could not be freer or easier to use. And if you're betting on sports every day, maybe think about using Bookit Pro on your desktop. Check it out. Start that free trial up. Get it up and moving. I promise you're going to like what you see. Okay, Bookit. I use that app every single day. Go check it out yourself on the App Store or Google Play. Jovan, happy Thursday, my man.
Happy Thursday, Krabs. How are you doing?
Doing well.
More importantly, Goots, how are you doing? After 8-0 in the second day.
I got nothing to say. Got nothing to say. Chat's looking for some show here. They're not getting it. So move on.
Dang it. So hoping for a live crash out from Goots.
134-0.
You know how you can take like 2 guys to hit a home run now, and they give you odds for that. You could take like 2 players in the books. You could take me and Goots live crash out on BTL today at minus 100.
Well, the cool thing about baseball is that we play another game today, and if we win, we leave 2-2 in Tampa.
Sure. Sure. That'll play and that'll pay, Goots.
Sure
I
they
got a
will.
good feeling about your boys.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll
Sorry,
talk
Chad.
about that game plenty today. Plenty. Well, probably won't be a Goots crash out, but certainly could be a Krabs crash out if the Nats lose live on the stream today. I've already got it up on the TV. Oh, man. Guess who's on the TV right now?
Who's that?
Pre-game. David Martinez doing an interview. I wonder
Okay.
what he's saying. I
Shout
wonder
out
what he's
Davey.
saying. Thankfully for everybody else, I can't hear it. So you can't see steam coming out of my fucking ears. Kind of weird. They do a post-game presser after every game on Masson. And last night they canceled it. So I wonder if something was going on in the clubhouse last night. No moves were made. But I'm assuming something was going on. Somebody was saying something. I don't know who it was. But yeah, something was said last night and something was going on in the clubhouse. Don't know what it is. Have not heard from any sources. I wish I have. But I got nothing for you guys. Okay? See how this game plays out. I swear to God, Jovan, if they get swept by the Rockies at home, there might be a live crash out.
It's in the
There might
players,
be.
though, Krabs. It's in the players.
It's never the coaches, though, right?
Yeah.
Ever. Never has been, never will be. Oh, unbelievable. All right, chat. We got a lot to get to today. We got some day games, right? We got some games starting up here soon. You guys are blessed. Any thoughts on Minnesota and Cincy, which starts up in 2 minutes before we get into our favorite plays in the Sharp Report here, Jovan?
Nah, the Reds are joking right now. I don't want to get in the middle of them.
Yep. It's Reds ML or nothing.
Yeah.
It's Reds ML or nothing. You won't see me playing it because Paddock opened up -125, but it's Reds ML or nothing, right?
Yeah.
Twins, one of the streakiest teams in baseball right now. Cold as ice. Seeing pennies. Fade them. That's my rec. Fade 'em.
Pennies.
Yeah, they cannot see the ball right now. Okay. Looks like we got some YouTube chatters up and moving. Good to see you guys up. We got Haven Hunter. We got Pro Sauce Key. We got Kilo Hotel. He's saying the Gabba Guards. Okay. Good to see the fellas. Big Thursday. Let's get it. Yes, sir, Pro Sauce. Good to see you guys up and moving in the YouTube chats. Good to see Falser coming in, resubbing at the end of TMA. WTMA with Mikey, Joshy, and LC earlier today. If you guys missed that show, you can go back and rewatch on the YouTube at Bookit Sports. Okay? Yankees get a muck. Here we go. All the Yankee talk in the chat already. Unbelievable. 6 in a row. 6 in a row.
It's a base
Who would win right now? Nats or Yanks? Goots was asking me earlier today, and it pissed me off. I didn't speak for 10 minutes. Who's winning in a game? Nats or the Yankees?
We would probably take the Nats.
Take the Nats.
Probably would.
Wow. Okay. Look, man, when Aaron Judge isn't seeing the ball, the Yankees have no fucking shot. A lot of pressure on him. Talk about seeing pennies. Dude striking out more than half his at-bats right now. Pennies. Oh, it's kind of fun to watch. Not going to lie to you. It's kind of been nice. Breath of fresh air. Okay. Yeah, game ends 0-0. It's the Frank Beamer meme going into overtime 0-0 against Wake Forest, and he's got his fist up in the air. That's exactly what I'm thinking of.
Literally that me.
All right.
Just in time for the Rays to sneak up here, Krabs. 1.5 games back.
Sure. Yeah, they're creeping. Jovan.
Creeping.
I'm rooting for you guys. I'm rooting for the O's. I'm rooting for the Sox. I'm rooting for the Blue Jays. I don't give a shit who does it. Somebody knock them off. Okay? All right. Let's move. Let's groove. We got a lot to get to today, Jovan. Any other early games you want to touch on here before we dive in? I guess we could talk about the Yankees game.
Yeah. I mean, it's Tyler Anderson, who we've tried to fade so many different times. Doesn't work. He works magic. So I'm definitely good now. Everything on paper says maybe this is the day the Yanks wake up, and everybody seems to be betting that way. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I will not be getting involved. I do see
not worth it.
Normal Stanton RBI square on the board, though. He is the one guy who actually looks like he wants to be up there at the plate. So I would not be surprised he takes him to the shed. But everybody else, I'm out.
Okay. Love hearing that. That's growth. That's maturity. That's using the noggin. There's other games. There's other teams playing today. No need to force and get involved in this one when the Yankees are playing like whale shit. No need. Right? Life is better. Keeping the Yankees off to the side when they're in a slump.
Yeah.
Okay? I love hearing that, Jovan. Music to my fucking ears. Because look, they could win. They could lose and get shut out again. Is it worth it? No. And that I know for a fact. It is not worth it. It's not worth getting involved. Okay?
Not worth
We'll see what happens. And with that being said, Nats ML, Yankees ML plus 200 just paid out.
Probably did.
Sure.
Probably will.
Well, I'm not going to pay to find out.
No.
But hopefully it does. At least that means the fucking Nats win. Jesus. 11 games in a row. If they lose today, it's the longest streak in Major League Baseball this season.
It's really bad, Krabs. Really bad. With Book Club on
Against
mound.
some of the worst teams in baseball, bro.
Yeah, I mean, that's the worst part. The like more than half the streaks now is gonna be against the Marlins and Rockies. Like that's horrid.
So much wasted potential, right?
Horrid.
And that's probably part of the problem, right? They're pressing. You could tell. They get a guy on base. That guy's not scoring. Everybody's going up there gripping the bat so hard you can see fucking sawdust coming off the handle. They're so fucking nervous, right?
Sawdust.
We've seen this before. It happens all the time. All the time in baseball. Just sucks that it's happening to my Nats. And I'm sitting here getting ready for this game to start in my World Series cap and my James Wood shirt like a fucking bozo. Like nothing's wrong. I'll still be in the front lines for the boys.
As you
But
should.
man, I am disappointed.
As you should.
Disappointed. Buxton again, no shot. Did he just start the game out with a nuke?
He's seeing beach. One
Legitimate
of the only
beach
twins
balls.
seeing beach.
Yeah, I hate to make it about anybody else and point fingers, but I do blame DeGen, at least partially. At least partially. Okay? Yeah. Unbelievable. All right, K-Crad coming in, resubbing. K-Crad, you're him, bro. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, K-Crad, for coming in, resubbing. You're the man. You're the man. I see Ron lurking in the YouTube, holding it down. W's. Ron, W spaces yesterday. You and Chaco fucking killed it, man. If you guys missed it, I'm sure you can still go to his Twitter profile, Ron Mux Clam, and go watch his the rerun of the PLL spaces. Him and Chaco took you through all the games, W recaps, WPLL knowledge. Also,
Huge.
chat, super excited. Going to be there, boots on ground on Saturday in Baltimore, in Gootsland. We got the Big Bat coming in resubbing. Let's fucking go, Big Bat. Atta babe. Atta babe. Big fucking bat. Sure he can. Resubbing for 2 months. We got to get those numbers up, Big Bats. Come on now. Walner Auto K. And he sucks. He had a weird run square up there today.
Well, now you said his name post first AB.
Yep.
Second AB might be that ball had a family in right field.
Matt Walner. It's like Beetlejuice. You ever see that movie back in the day? Or heard of it?
Of course.
Sure. Low-key a shit movie. I don't know why people liked it. Kind of weird. Not a fan. We got a hype train moving and grooving. Come on now. Hype train moving, hype train grooving, folks. W's. Love to see it. All right. Any other early starts? We do have Ravs Pirates and SBR's Tigers facing off, and it's the Heaney versus Screwball game. I still like the first 5 under 3.5.
Yeah.
I'm down to lock it in and take it.
Well, they are in another delay. It looks like.
You know what? Fuck that game. Terrible vibes.
Yeah.
Terrible vibes.
Good on that game. That's like the another rain delay is karma for them not making it Screwball versus Skates, which I'm sure the Pirates probably knew some delay was possible looking at the weather, and that's why they didn't put Skeens at the early start. But at some point, you got to sack up, even if you're the Tigers. Make Screwball the late game and sack up.
All right. I know we did miss the Mizorowski masterclass yesterday, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Sucks. All right. Couple rainouts yesterday. Unfortunately, we are not meteorologists. We do not have our weather degrees, but we're going to do our best today, finding guys some winners, and hope the rain holds off after a shitty day yesterday. Okay? Dubs, I do like the Cubbies as well. W, Joshy, and Mikey actually getting me kind of hip. This one swept through the cracks a little bit. I like the Cubs on the ML. I'll be taking them this afternoon. Cubs ML, Italian, Trent up there on the bump against Freddie Peralta and that 2.6 ERA. And we're seeing the Cubs catch a little bit of steam. I'll take the Cubs on the ML. What do you think about that play?
Yeah, I like the Cubs. Sad we didn't get to back Mizorowski, but now we're here with Freddie Peralta, so I'm 100% down to fade.
Okay. Yeah, I like the Cubbies. That'll probably be the first play of the day.
Sure.
All right. Dubs. Krabs Jovan, can we talk about Ace Bailey stuff going on? Is he going to fall to the Wizards? Wouldn't that be something?
He's ridiculous.
Yeah, what's going on with that? Why is he canceling workouts? He hasn't worked out for a single team.
He's trying to finagle his way into only going to teams he wants to go to. So he's canceling workouts, only working out for X teams. And teams are getting pissed, and it's becoming this big story. Just he's not that good, dude. Not that good to be doing that. I like Ace Bailey, but he is Jabari Smith with a little better shot making.
Okay. So knowing in my life, he will fall to the Wizards and get drafted by them at 6, and he's going to suck. Or 5. I forget if he had 5 or 6.
Yeah, that would be an extremely Wizards move.
Yep. Although typically we get a foreign guy, so who knows? Who knows? Okay.
Con Knippel is just such a wizard.
I know.
Such a wizard.
Fuck.
I've never seen such a wizard than Con Knippel.
So beat. Krabs, have you seen the Javaris Crittenton Gilbert Arenas Netflix doc? I've not watched it yet, Cola. Kind of heard it was BS, though. Gilbert was talking about it, saying it was kind of BS. And yeah, I don't know. I need to watch it still, but he was kind of chirping it, saying it was a little unrealistic. But yeah, crazy. If you guys don't remember that story, Javaris Crittenton and Gilbert Arenas bringing guns into the arena in DC. People forget that happened. Go check out that doc. You guys let me know if it's good or not. Okay. Krabs, are the Spurs going to trade to get KD? I doubt it, man, but we'll see. We'll see.
At least they're going to try.
Yeah. DeGen is at the Jays game today. Do with that info as you please. Okay. Hope he has a good time. That's sneakily a pretty fun stadium up there. I was impressed. It's fun. All right. Let's lock in. When we dive in, talk about some plays, some of our favorite winners. Recaps, W's.
Yeah, we got
Squad Rad push.
Recaps.
Not even a push,
Gray.
just canceled.
Canceled.
Right? Canceled, beat, and going to stay off today because the rain delay could be the one thing that gets in Tariq Screwball's head. Okay?
Could be. Or Heaney's head.
Sure. All right. Let's recap the Sharp report. Sure. Not my best work, that's for sure, but a Jovan bounce back.
A lot of
Hell
gray.
Yeah.
A lot of gray.
Some gray. Yep.
Can't do
I
much
certainly
there.
had some gray. And the Mets was a terrible play.
Yeah, the Mets
Terrible.
are meat.
Okay.
Mets are meat.
Krabs, you get to tail my CFL tie weekend? What does that mean, Madol? Oh, this weekend.
This weekend.
Sure. Let me know what you're on, my man. Let me know. Okay. W recaps, Jovan. Great day yesterday. It was always Castellanos coming through, and he did.
Goated.
Sure.
Goated.
All right. Horrific play on the Phils over.
Okay.
The Bookit account saying.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Let's hop into our favorite plays for today as we get some CFL plays in the chat. Kyle Stevens saying Elks plus 6.5 is a whale. I need the Madul cosign on that puppy. Our CFL sharp. For now, let's go over some baseball plays. Jovan, excited to hear your thoughts on this Toronto and Arizona game. Okay. You got that weird Nelson square up there, the weird earned runs allowed Nelson square. I don't know if you took a peep at that, but he's low-key been nails. Although we know he's been, not the typical starter. He's been in the bullpen at times this year as well. Weird pitcher. They're doing a lot with him, and, they've got some injuries to their starters. So, Nelson back in the rotation and doing a really good job of late. If you look at the chart, he's been giving up, minimal runs per game, been low-key locked in. I think he's gone less than the number 4 of his last 5. I think the Toronto Blue Jays, whose bats have been relatively hot the last month or so, I think they get to him today. I do. If that's square, I don't care. And I'll back Gausman to go out there and shove. And maybe shoving for him isn't, a shutout complete game. Maybe it's 6 innings, 1 or 2 runs. But I like our chances fading Nelson. I like our chances back in the red hot Blue Jays bats. I like our chances fading that Ryan Nelson earned runs allowed square. And some of the Gausman squares I like seeing up there because you can't really back him to go less than anything. You can't really back him to do well today. So it's typically a good sign. I think Gausman goes out there, gives us 5 strong innings after giving up a couple runs in his last couple starts. Not his best work. I think he bounces back at home today. I think he silences this D-backs lineup that's really struggling. Nobody's talking about it enough. This D-backs team is reeling. They don't look good right now. Something's off. I know they're having, clubhouse meetings. There's talks of, if they don't figure it out soon, they're going to make some trades. It's not good right now in Arizona. Let's keep fading that team, and let's back Toronto's red-hot bats with the veteran Gausman on the bump. First 5 minus a half. Keep the bullpens out of it.
Could be a bold move, keeping the pens out of it, Krabs. Could be a pretty bold move. So that D-back pen is just, God, they're worse. They're one of the worst units as a whole in baseball. It's so bad. So bad. But I can respect it.
Right.
I'm not a huge Gausman fan, but off a terrible start, he has his moments.
Okay. All right. Let's swing it around. Yeah, crazy move keeping the Diamondbacks bullpen out of it, but I just want to isolate and take what Prize Picks has given me on the slate.
Yeah, fair.
All right. The St. Louis kid in the YouTube chat is asking, Jovan, you like Stanton book prop? Well, I'm assuming you like that RBI.
Yeah, wouldn't mind the RBI, or I don't know what his HR actual line is on the book, but I wouldn't mind that if it's like 2.5 plus check. They're close.
Chewy said, Krabs Jovan, thoughts on Halley playing? Is that confirmed? Or are you just saying, do we think he plays? I'll tell you what, if he doesn't play, I like the Pacers' chances better. I think they're better off keeping him out, healing him up, throwing him out there for game 7 if they even get there. If he goes out there and plays anything like he played last game, they have no fucking shot. He's going to cost him a win. Chewy's saying he's in.
I mean, it really,
See, now
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what he does regardless.
You think it's over?
No. If he plays, or I guess he's playing now, he's going to be a decoy. The only reason he's not playing is because they need him out there to have Lou Dort on him, so the whole other side of the offense can be open.
Okay. Could be smart. Take the best defender out of it. Lean on the other 4 guys and pray. Might be the only chance they have.
They'll make adjustments at some point, but honestly, let's go right there, Krabs.
You want to talk about the finals?
Play.
Right.
I'll talk about the finals.
Sure.
Wow. Pacers.
Wow.
In fact, they're scoring 108 today.
Wow.
I think the fact that Halliburton is playing, which I kind of, regardless of what happened, I liked it for either reason. If he didn't play, I was like, okay, well, you're going to have Nembhard and Mathurin running the offense, or now you're going to have either of them running the offense with him on the other side of the court. He's also probably going to have decreased minutes. Like, he's not going to be 100%. We know this, but what this all forces to do, whether he's on the court handling the offense himself for parts of it, or whether anybody else is, you're going to have to be more direct. Like, the turnovers were an issue. They're trying to get too cute, and that's the story every time they've gone to OKC in the series, and they really struggled offensively to score. So they're turning the ball over a shit ton. They're not getting their shots. Siakam was not as aggressive as he should have been at times. Nembhard was not aggressive because that's not really his play style. Mathurin really didn't get the chances the last couple games. He's going to tonight. I think we're going to get another explosion game out of him. But overall, this is like if the pace isn't high enough, if you're Indiana in this one, you're not going to have a fighting shot in this game. And it certainly, I think, helps that Halliburton's going to be on the floor because there's still a threat of him doing something and running the offense there. But in reality, he's not the focal point of what they want to do, and they're going to want to get to the rim in this one. I don't think this is a magnet ball game. I think this is a put all the pressure on OKC at the rim type game, which when the Pacers play like that, that's when they score points. That's when the pace is the highest. So regardless of what happens in the game, I think we're getting points in this one, and it's partially because their hand is forced, not because they're back against the wall, season on the line, but because if you don't, you're just crafting an offense with Halliburton at the helm right now. It's not really going to get you anywhere. You're just going to turn the ball over 35 times again.
I'm so in. I was thinking about a way to back the Pacers. Couldn't put my finger on it. Could just be the team total over back in points. And if they melt again late and blow the spread, they blow the spread. Okay?
Yeah.
Back in points. Halliburton decoy. The other guys step up. A well-coached squad can hang around, put up some points against that defense that everybody loves. But I love the sell job, Jovan. I'm bought in.
Yeah,
let's fucking go.
Good. Just hunt some mismatches and go the second you get it.
Yep. Backs against the wall. I like their chances. Sure. All right. Looks like Trent is going to pick up Manny right now. Let's go, Trent. Sure he can.
I bet.
Plus 150. He bites ankles within the first 60 seconds.
It's probably
plus 150.
Air. Probably air.
That could be a good plus chicken wager. Yep.
Yeah.
Did I just come back to a Trinidad and Tobago play? Aries is asking. He says, ... I'm in. Is that what's on the pitch over there?
Yeah. Haiti and Trinidad Tobago game. Gold Cup tonight.
Wow.
I guess early tonight.
Okay. All right. No surge today, Banana, unfortunately, but I think it'll be returning tomorrow. And we did confirm Trent is going to be firing up a sweats tonight for the finals game, which is massive. That's the most important thing. Okay. I mean, I keep getting this question in chat. I'm trying to ignore it so my head doesn't pop off my body, Jovan. Sock Station keeps asking me, is it Josh Bell day today or what? Can you answer it for me? I can't do it.
I mean, it's never Josh Bell day. But what if it just
can't
was
do it.
one time?
Dude, he's been crushing the ball right at guys.
This is the perfect time, though, Krabs.
I saw a picture of him on the iPad yesterday during the game, and his beer belly was out. It looked like literally if you put me in a fucking baseball uniform looking at a fucking iPad in the dugout. I was like, what is Josh Bell looking at right now? Maybe he's doing his due diligence.
I don't know the last time I've seen Josh Bell fantasy score on the board.
No shot.
I'll say it.
I'll say it, huh?
I'm staring at it. I haven't seen that up very often.
Big Bad. He might have been checking the post-game menu. See what they got in the clubhouse. Yep. Goodness gracious. I will give Josh Bell this. He's been hitting the ball pretty well. A lot of line drives. He's finally starting to elevate the ball a hair after hitting ground balls for a month straight. It was tough to watch, Jovan. Imagine a guy just hitting the ball 100 miles an hour, exit velo every single time on the ground, right to guys.
Well, you know,
Tough.
First of all, shout out Banana for 5 gifted.
Oh, hell yeah, Banana.
But Josh Bell pounds the ball into the ground, and he's been hitting it hard. Dolander gives up a lot of hard contact, and he is a heavy fly ball home run issue guy. So, I mean, that's if you're seeing the ball well and nothing's coming of it because it's all going straight to gloves or straight into the ground, you probably couldn't ask for too much better than Dolander.
And somehow Pega found the. No, dude, you're right. I can't do it. I can't do it. You guys cash on it. You guys profit.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, I can't. I cannot. I'm already invested enough in this Nats team. Can't do it. Got lucky last night with Mitchell Parker. Shout out Mitchell Parker. I knew it. I fucking knew it. I don't want to hear shit. I knew it. I felt it. Thank you. Yep. I was being good, and I locked in, and I found a winning square. Now, we don't need to talk about Paul Blackburn because that actually canceled out any sort of W's I should be getting from Mitchell Parker, but good read on that one.
Yeah.
I mean, that was if he didn't pitch well, he's going back to the minors. Sometimes you just got to back the guy.
Literally
and that was last night. Shout out Mitchell Parker. Might still be going to the minors. Goots, I hope he got you some fantasy points.
Oh, he did. He certainly did.
Huh?
Shout out those 9 Ks.
9 Ks.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Sure. Yeah, he like first 3 innings he had like 2, and then he dialed in and got me the 6 innings for the quality start. So shout out.
Shout out.
Roddy Rhymes is saying if there's no surge, he needs to know who's winning in the Mets or Braves game. I think you don't fade streaks. You back the Braves again. You back shitty Strider to go out there and at least pitch the same as Clay Holmes, and you take the Braves bats in a important spot for them. As you could tell, they're playing like this is their last series of the season right now. They're showing hard at the dish. I think it's the Braves again, and you keep fading the Mets until they come back up and figure it out.
SPR already bitching.
No
already
shot.
bitching. That's goated though. Super, super goated late doubleheader for the Tigers today. Right before they come to Tampa. Let's go.
Wow, that is huge. That is huge. LMNG, no surge today, my man, but we do have a night sweats with Trent. Massive. How about the Hogs classic meltdown last night? Yeah, dude. Did that ball hit off the guy's head?
I think it hit off his glove.
It hit off his glove and went that far?
He tripped. He tripped.
Shoulder.
And then he completely missed it. It might have hit the back of him or something.
Yeah, maybe like his cleat or something. Like
really
that ball launched.
It was really bad.
That was insane.
I watched it like 5 times. I was trying to figure out what happened. The ball just takes flight to the left.
Yeah.
Never seen something like that.
Dave Van Horn just made a deal with the devil or something.
I mean,
that whole team is, as much as I
Strider
was very happy to see Arkansas and piss, and I always am because I cannot stand that team, that school, and that fan base. Feel for Dave Van Horn. He just cannot get one.
I mean,
his shoulder
before that play could have made a double play, the shortstop, but he went to third for the.
Yeah, he went to
third,
third, dude.
He could have definitely gotten a double play. He could have, and ended the game.
There's just a lot of moments. It's always something with that.
That shortstop also wasn't thinking that one of the best hitters in the country was coming up right after him. Jared Jones.
I mean, yeah.
Hate to see it.
Team Comeback says in the YouTube, I live in New York and the weather is disgustingly amazing for offense in the Yankees game today. Very humid and hot. Yeah, it's probably why that total's so high.
Yeah, I think most of the slate is the same exact way.
This Nats game is probably going to go over as well. You won't see me with coins on it, but if I had to bet something in that Nats game, I would recommend the Rockies on the ML, and I'd recommend the over, mainly, to be honest with you. Starting up here in about 4 minutes. Okay. All right. What's up, Pip? Good to see you lurking in the YouTube, my man. W Pip. Can we get some W Pips going in the chat? Sure. A lot of James Wood talk today. Wouldn't be surprised if he comes through. He came through last night. He tried. Only guy that did.
Guy on the ball is a bit bad right now. Could be graded. Could be goaded. Sir William Benson. Imagine he sends one to Mars right here.
He's been getting unlucky. I saw your tweet.
I mean, dude, he's been ever since like his real insanity run. He went through a stretch where he was super unlucky again. Then he started finding green grass again, and then now he's like alternating. He like got robbed of a home run. Next AB rips an RBI double or 2-run double. It's like he is mucking baseballs.
No way we're talking about K-Bert Ruiz legacies. Canadian Goots in the chat. Enough is enough.
K-Bert.
Isn't it a home run in like 55 games?
He is bad. I haven't seen a good K-Bert Ruiz AB.
He hasn't hit one since Mom Power in attendance.
Yeah, and that wasn't even a nuke. That was just a fucking measly double.
Yeah.
Dude, he's been so bad. I mean, look, we got lucky. And by the way, I don't know if you saw the MLB guy. I forget his name, but some respectable MLB reporter was saying if the Padres didn't trade away their 3 best players to the Nats would be the Rockies. And I heard that yesterday, and I literally fell to my knees. Had no strength.
Okay, yeah. Without the Soto trade?
Yeah.
Without the Soto trade, they'd be hitting Dalen Lyle leadoff. And
we have nothing without the Soto trade. Nothing. It's the only reason why Mike Rizzo, Davey Martinez have their job still. But if you look at that Trey Turner and Max Scherzer trade, that's worst trade of all time.
That's a bad trade.
Josiah Gray and K-Bert Ruiz for Max Scherzer and Trey Turner, 2 potential Hall of Famers, at least one.
Yeah, even at the time when you thought the return was going to be better, I just didn't understand the Trey Turner add-on. It just felt like a forced trade, and
we took
like
what
show
we could
franchise
get,
or something.
We took what we could get, and we didn't get much. We got fleeced. Prayers up for Josiah Gray, man. I hope he figures it out. His arm might be fucking goo.
Bad, injured, and bad.
Okay. Well, luckily for you guys, you get to witness me watching this Nats game for the next 55 minutes.
Let's go.
That should go well. Stick around, folks. This one should be fun. Rumor has it Dylan Cruz is going to resume baseball activities soon. That's what I'm hearing, but he hasn't yet. I mean, oblique injuries are bad.
I'm hoping at this point we can get him back a little bit before the All-Star break. And that'll be fine.
Wyndham Clark is getting hated and goes and fires a tied second the weekend after breaking lockers. Yeah, why didn't we all just put the rent on Wyndham Clark? After that whole situation, Jovan, I don't know if you saw that, but
I didn't.
He had a terrible U.S. Open, like most. And unlike most, he couldn't control his temper, and he beat the crap out of the lockers in the locker room. And somehow a picture got out about it. And that's just a bad look. And the guy's had, he's had issues in his life. He's got some, anger issues, and he's had some fucked up shit going on in his life. And people are like, yeah, he might be, doing other things that are making him angry, whatever. It doesn't matter. Not our business, but just a bad look for the guy. Of course he's going to come out the next week and lock the fuck in. He's probably going to win the tournament.
Yeah, this isn't the first occasion that something.
No, he's had some blow-ups. Yeah, he's had some blow-ups. He's got a temper. Yep.
Just breaking those 500-year-old lockers and one of the most beautiful courses on the tour,
Bad luck.
Yeah, not good at all.
Good for the PGA keeping it in-house, because I guarantee you they, talked to him and roasted him and put him in his place, but we didn't hear anything about it. So a rare keeping it in-house situation. I always respect that.
I need all hothead golf nugs. I love betting on hotheads in golf. It's one of my favorite things to do. Whenever there's a big,
we bricked, man.
Big major, I bet on hotheads, and I bet on one South Africa at every tournament.
You almost had one with Tyrell Hatton.
I mean, I took him top 10 too, so I got one.
So,
didn't get the
winner
winner
at the end last week, but yeah,
I know I was
he is
sweating.
a head case, dude.
He was my one. He was my one closest guy by a lot. I think him and Ben Griffin were the only ones relatively close.
I mean, but you won the tournament, Schwan. So I mean,
I did win the tournament. People forget.
So congrats.
People forget.
Yep. Congrats doing all your rounds, going on all those podcasts till you're famous now.
Yep.
Jovan Spawn.
Literally him. Matt, don't even get me started, dude. Don't even get me started. That
the pot
will
eater
forever
finish. Oh.
I don't even know, because I'm taking the bet, taking all golf bets just for shits, assuming I'm gonna lose. That one might have hurt me more than any bet other than maybe a few TCU bets in my lifetime. Big 12 championship was rat piss. That was for so much coin. But that one might be right behind it.
Wow.
Unreal. Never seen
Did not expect that. I'll be honest.
Never seen that.
As Trevor Williams strikes out back to start the game, we're back.
Let's go.
Back. Come on, Trevor. Put the book down and lock the fuck in.
Okay, yeah.
Read novels in the summer at the beach.
Cal ML might be there. TCU,
Hmm.
Big 12 championship, Cal ML, Podcaster.
Yep. All right. Let's keep moving and grooving here, chat. I got an under in the craziest game of the day yesterday. Cannot wait to hear your guys' thoughts on this one. But total's dropping from 9 to 8.5. The 8.5 under is juicy as well. Charlie Morton, Uncle Charlie, he's figured some things out. The veteran. Sometimes it takes these guys a little bit to get going. Right now, he's pitching pretty solid. As we get another Trevor Williams pop-up thrown, let's fucking go. 2 outs. W's. Rasmussen's been struggling the last couple starts, but I trust him. I think he bounces back against the O's. I think this is more of a playoff type game. After the embarrassment last night for the O's, sorry, Goots, I think they lock in. They play this like a playoff type game. They're a little tight. They're not scoring 10 runs. Wouldn't be shocked if they win, though. And they're catching about 20 cents of steam, and they are a dog, which means they have a chance to tie this series up. They're going to play this like a postseason game because the Orioles need every fucking win they can get. 11 games under 500. So this one's important. It's going to be tight. Whenever games are tight in playoff atmospheres, always want an under in my pocket. With that total dropping and the splits looking sharp, I'll back Morton to go out there and do enough. Hopefully the Orioles bullpen can hang in there, and I'll trust Rasmussen in a bounce back start, which is not the craziest thing. He's been pretty solid this season against the O's. Give me the under with the total dropping. Nasty play. I want to hear your guys' thoughts.
You say playoff atmosphere with the Orioles involved? Sorry, I tuned off after that.
Unfortunately, I did. Not meaning they're going to make the playoffs, but they got to play like every game is to make the playoffs at this point. I guess it's a better explanation.
Okay? Yeah, I'm with you, though. The Rays, I mean, it's pretty much like that for any team, but after the Rays score double-digit runs, I know the game against the Astros or the series against the Astros, they scored 10-plus twice, followed that with, I think, 1 run and then got shut out. The Red Sox won. They scored 1 run after. It's like it's all but, I think, once against the Twins, they scored a bunch after and continued it for multiple days. But even when they've been hot, they're not scoring after these games. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, I want to fade the Rays offense after that crazy historic comeback.
Yeah.
It has to be done.
The bullpen's probably your scariest part on both sides because they got worked to shit, both of them after yesterday.
All right. Yeah. Gonna hold my breath and pray there.
Yeah.
Love seeing the total dropping now after 1 million runs yesterday.
Yeah, you don't get totals dropping too much in Steinbrenner these days.
No. They don't grow on trees.
No.
Okay. All right. Gootsy swinging around. It's enough talking about this O's and Rays game. Talk about the Giants, first 5.
Giants first 5, Logan Webb day. Sneaky that the Giants, after adding Devers, proceed to play. I mean, I feel like a series that people know is going to be sleepy just looking at it, but just an absolute snoozer of a series against the Guardians so far, where they lost both games, 3-2 and 4-2. Both just ridiculous unders, offense, dog meat. But now they have Logan Webb on the mound, which I would have had a little more hope in the offense yesterday. I don't know if we talked about that game, but against Logan Allen, and they didn't show up. But now you get Gavin Williams, who I don't really care for, and he wasn't great last start, I guess, by the numbers. I think I took his strikeouts, didn't even sniff it, had a walk problem, pitch count got up early. But this is the one guy, I guess, the Guardians have that consistently feeds the other team offense, and it's because of the pitch count. It's because of the lack of command. The Giants, they are a self-aware bad team in the sense of they are growing more patient and patient as the season goes on. So like they'll take their walks if you can give it to them. I think you're going to get some today from Gavin Williams, especially now that you have a little more left-handed thump in the lineup. And now I think the bats can do enough, but I also just think Logan Webb absolutely shoves. The Guardians are much worse against lefties, and I've been fading that for a majority of the season, but they're also horrid against a lot of these ground ball pitchers. And when you have like, I don't know, the top of the lineup, they load with some power hitters from like the right side now. Like Angel Martinez is like the big whiff or like hit the ball 480 feet type guy. That's more what the Guardians offense is built around now. But Logan Webb is lights out against righties. He struggles with lefties that can put the ball in the air. The only guy that's really doing that consistently for the Guardians right now is J-Ram. So if you can get past J-Ram, I think the whole rest of that lineup is a breeze, and the Guardians are not the Guardians of old, so they're striking out a shit ton more, which I think works for Logan Webb too. Not that he's a big K guy, but he might be today. So I love it. And I think Logan Webb's going to dominate this team.
I do too. As Byron Buxton hits his second home run in 2 innings. Jesus.
Dude, he's beachside. He's actually beachside.
Oh. If you could keep him and Royce Lewis in some sort of, cryogenical chamber and keep him healthy, these guys would be MVPs. Sad to watch. Hopefully they can keep staying healthy and Buxton can keep hitting 2 home runs per game. What a beast. God, we didn't take the Reds as well. Should have taken the over in that game. 4-2, top second.
Dude, that over.
Holy smokes. Crazy. Okay. And then Wallner still sucks. Maybe I got to say his name a couple more times. Matt Wallner. Only chance we got.
I do need the Reds to lose a game so I can hop in again in the playoffs at some point. If it's not tonight, it's got to be soon.
I hope it's not too late to lock that in.
I mean, I already have it locked in. It's more of just the principle of locking it in a second time.
Okay.
Got to do it midseason.
Yeah, they got to call Chase Burns up. What are we doing?
I mean, it's the bad, I guess, timing to say it now, but like the pitching's been fine. Like the Abbott's Cy Young.
He's only made 1 start in AAA as well.
Yeah, he's not ready yet.
Second. Yeah.
Like Abbott's been Cy Young. Lodolo's been getting better. Hunter Green's obviously hurt, and we'll be back at some point. But the pitching's fine. Nick Martinez before now has been doing a job.
Okay. Yeah. Well, this game's not over as well. It's only mid-2. Would not be surprised if the Reds come back. They've been playing good ball, hitting the ball well. Could be a decent chance to put a live sprinkle on the Reds.
Yeah, if this is just a classic Great American shootout,
yeah,
Reds are probably winning this game.
It's looking like it.
And Michael J. Trout just sent Rodon to the shed.
Did he?
Shout out the Yankees.
Shout out the Yankees, folks. They're about to lose their 7th in a row. Oh, what a joke. I'm already calling it. I've seen enough.
The way you're calling it already.
Calling my shot.
Krabs.
Like Babe Ruth. Calling it. 7 in a row. Yep. All right. Yankees live, Billy's saying. I don't know, man. I think you just stay off. Krabs Ruth, I bet. People forget Babe Ruth, Baltimore kid.
Oh, wait, Babe Ruth, Baltimore.
Yeah. You didn't see the Babe Ruth movie?
People forget that the best athlete and best coach of all time are both from Maryland. They do. And if you had any pride in your state, Krabs, you would be okay with me saying this.
Who's the coach?
Bill Belichick, Michael Phelps.
Oh, sure. Michael Phelps, sure. What a beast.
Just cannot say no to that.
Okay.
I mean, no.
Jonathan Aranda.
Bill Belichick's certainly losing some more.
I don't know. Jonathan Aranda might be there.
Yeah, he might be Michael Phelps level.
Yeah, he might be better than Phelps already.
Okay.
People forget Michael Phelps used to eat 10,000 calories a day. That is insane, Jovan.
Crazy.
That's actually ridiculous.
Guy was eating all day. Absurd. But yeah, Baltimore kid. All right. Let's move. Let's groove. That's enough Baltimore talk for the quarter. So we can go ahead and move on here. Swing it around for me, Gucci. Got one more straight bet here for the peeps. How about the Athletics on the ML as we get a hit and run? And now they're going to get doubled up because James Wood hits the ball so hard and CJ's not even running back. That's the easiest double play of all time. Cake. Just let me know when to turn the game off. Okay?
Yeah, might as well go ahead and turn that one off.
So done. Oh,
hey, at least you gotta tip
Athletics
Captain's trying to get some offense started. This didn't work out.
mean, they're hitting rockets just right at guys. They're hitting rockets. But you can tell they're pressing. They're stealing every opportunity. They're doing hit and runs in the first inning. Like, dude, just let James Wood hit. There's a 10% chance the ball's going over the fence or getting a 2-run home run. Why do we got to steal in the first inning? Trying to do too much.
Though, it's the base running why you're not winning, though.
Yeah, it's just the base running.
You can use that excuse from the Yanks.
Oh, man. All right. The Olympic medals don't even acknowledge his other international meet goals. I don't know what that means, Cole, but I'm assuming you're gassing up Phelps. Sure. People forget he was unbelievable in the Olympics. Unbelievable. Okay. Athletics on the money line. Catching some steam. Typically not back in, crummy arms to go out there and shove again. But tonight I am, Jovan, because of the spot. Houston came in here to Sacramento and dropped meat, and they've destroyed this Athletics team 2 nights in a row. Destroyed. Absolutely destroyed. Well, I think the Athletics get their lick back tonight. This one simply means more. They're waking up with a vengeance. They're waking up with revenge on their mind. They want to go out there and get a big-time win. They're actually playing decent ball before the Astros came into town. They were. Decent. Starting to figure it out a hair. Better than a couple weeks ago. That's for sure. But Gordon is a lefty that I want to fade in this spot, and seeing the Athletics catch steam and down to plus 113, the way they've been looking the last month and a half compared to the Astros, who are sneakily 12 games over 500 right now and playing decent ball, that's weird. And that's enough to get me involved. Give me the Athletics on the money line. I know Lopez has been overperforming the last couple of games, and his prize pick squares don't make it seem like he's going to have a gem, Jovan. But let's not kid ourselves. The total in this game is at 10.5. There's no pitcher's duel happening. Yeah. I'm just backing the Athletics bats to score more, not taking a team total because they're a home team. And God forbid if I do, they're going to win by 1 and they're not batting in the 9th. Right? So I'll take the ML at plus chicken. Love that they're catching steam. Looking like one of the sharper plays on the board today. Who wants to back the Athletics after the last 2 games? Nobody. I'll do it.
You've got some stones, Krabs. I respect it.
Yep.
I definitely do not think Jacob Lopez is going to have a good day. But
no, I don't either.
If you're just betting on a shootout, then I can tip cap to that. He's got like a
shootout.
12-inning scoreless streak over 2.5 starts. That's definitely coming to an end. But
dude's been dialed.
This is a classic Sacramento over. That could be the difference.
I think it is. Okay. Rooker Bonds, potentially Aries. Always down to back Brent Rooker. Okay. Against a lefty. Thoughts, Jovan?
I hate backing Brent Rooker when it's so overwhelmingly obvious to do so. So that's when he always bails.
I feel like he comes through when you least expect it.
Comes through when it's the weirdest matchup of all time and nobody needs him.
Looks like Line Shopper 108's asking the important questions in the YouTube chat. Hey, Krabs, are the Yankees trying to tank to keep the playoff race close, or are they just that cold? I think they just are overrated, and they overperformed a little bit earlier on this season, to be honest with you, Line Shopper. I think they're just not as good as they showed. They're not bad, but they're just regressing like we see every MLB team do when they overexceed expectations a couple months in. That's all they're doing. Okay? Solo Fire's been tailing. He says Krabs has been on fire. Krabs in June is like playoff Jimmy. And he's playing well. I appreciate that, Solo.
Yeah,
appreciate the confidence. Been seeing the board pretty darn well. Pretty darn well the last month or so. Okay.
Maybe June Schwarber gave some of his power to Scraps.
I think I took his powers. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, Schwarber.
People forget that kind of started in DC.
Schwarber is
when he had a crazy first month.
Cattle meat. Bad, dude.
Yeah, he can't see baseballs at all.
No,
he's talking about seeing pennies.
Horrid.
Cole said, sorry to bring Phelps back up. He has 69 gold medals across the Olympics, World Champs, Pan Pacific Champs, and World Cups. Yeah, probably the most dominant athlete up there with Tiger Woods.
Not probably. He is.
69 medals, but is he hitting 320 like Jonathan Aranda? I don't think so.
Talk about Trinidad, Tobago, and Haiti. How did we
Sure we can, dude. W segue.
Yeah, there you go. Gold Cups tonight, Krabs. Are you surely you're tapped into the Gold Cup.
Yeah, I'm super dialed.
Yeah, you got a lot of eyes on the Gold Cup, of course.
None. 0.
Well, this is one of 2 games tonight. USA plays the other one, and it's I don't know what group they're in name-wise, but it's their group between these 2 teams, and then Saudi Arabia and the USA. So I like taking overs whenever a team is in, as far as the group goes, because the top 2 of the 4 advance. a desperation spot, which is exactly where one of the teams in the big dog in Trinidad and Tobago's in today. So like they already lost one game. To have any shot at advancing, they probably need to win this game, and they also need to be super aggressive in doing it if they were to win, which I don't think they're going to, but doing it with margin, which means because they lost 5-0 to the U.S. So like goal differential matters, and it matters for Haiti too, because they're going to have a big crucial game against the U.S. after this. That'll be probably the decider for them with this group. So both teams are in for completely opposite reasons. A pretty desperate game where I don't think you can just sit back because both these teams have already tried to do that for a game. So I think this is the one where they both have to be super aggressive. Haiti's a team that they're like one of the most hectic teams in the Gold Cup, one of the most hectic teams in CONCACAF because they'll run at you at ridiculous speed, ridiculous pace. Like teams that are really poor at attack or really poor at defending the attack are going to get shelled. Trinidad's defense is obviously god awful. They're one of the worst teams in the tournament. So like Haiti's probably going to score goals, but the fact that Trinidad's in a situation where it's not like they can pack it in and just defend for 90 minutes because they're probably going to concede pretty early. This feels like one of the games that's like when you're in a CONCACAF game like this, it's either going to be 0-0 for 75 minutes and get like a late winner or something, or it's going to be straight from the start, like 5 goals in 70 minutes, and you're going to have a red card somewhere in between. It's just going to be absolute chaos. I'm kind of betting on that to be this game in Haiti and Trinidad and Tobago. So I'm betting on that. It's also, there hasn't been too many, because I've been eyeing the games, there hasn't been too many like significant total moves, but this one started as like a 2.5, like -110, and it's already up to 3, which it feels incredibly odd, especially being that Haiti, even though Haiti probably should have scored multiple goals in Saudi Arabia, they just played a game where they got shut out 1-0 by Saudi Arabia. And then Trinidad obviously got destroyed by the U.S. 5-0. So like neither of these teams scored in their first match of the tournament, but pretty big move towards the over. Makes sense looking at the teams, but I had to get involved.
Sure. Really good sell job.
Kernels.
Buying low on the offenses after some shutouts. And yes, what you're seeing in chat is true. Judge did strike out again.
Popcorn
again.
Kernels.
Again.
Imagine Stanton sends one to the Mars here.
Against a lefty, too. Unacceptable from Judge.
Against Tyler Anderson, too.
Stanton RBI chance here in the first. Early one. Early one. Okay. Trevor Williams pitching really well. He just got the boys through the second inning. Maybe he did put the book down for a little
bit. Had a good book club. Oh, there's something.
RBI bang.
There's something.
Great call, Jovan. That was easy. Jesus.
Certainly.
All right.
I don't even
Yankees
know
on the board. All it took was some bitching. That's all it took. Okay. All right. Aaron Judge make contact level impossible. Yep. Krusty K's. He might be caked. Might be caked. All right. Let's move. Let's groove. I believe that is all the straight bets here. I think it's time to go over some prize pick squares. I got a couple of nasty ones. I'm going to go Michael Walker, who's been getting hit up of late. Excuse me, in his last couple starts, but I think he dials it back in. Like you said, Jovan, Roll's team looks a little different after that players only meeting. I can concur. I agree.
A little different.
2 straight wins. 2 straight wins. And what better guy to go out there and shut the door after a couple bad appearances than Michael Walker against the overrated Rangers? Coming off of 2 straight L's. They're starting to fall back down to earth a little bit here, the Rangers are. I'm going to back Walker to go out there and shove. I think it's less than 2.5 runs allowed. That's juicy to the under on the books after he had 2 of his worst starts debatably of the season back-to-back. Walker's been great overall this season. He's been solid, one of the more consistent arms, knock on wood. In baseball, I'll back him to bounce back when the team is extremely motivated and playing really well right now after that players only meeting. I think Walker goes out there and shuts the door. I like the under in the game. Total's dropping from 8.5 to 8. That's a great sign. I think this is a nail-biter. Low-scoring affair. I want to back Walker to go out there and shove.
Yeah, probably is another claw your eyes out game in Texas, which is classic. Especially because, like, I kind of think the Rangers win the game, especially being the fact that not their bullpen's been bad, but they're -125 now in a bullpen game with Sharon Armstrong starting. So it's probably like a 2-1 classic Rangers win.
Yeah, I like the under in this game as well. TBD if I play it, but certainly a good look as we get 5 subbies coming in from Sade Whiteman. That a baby, Sade.
Let's go, Sade.
Sade, good to see you on the Surge stream yesterday, bro. Thanks for coming up and giving a sell job. And that goes for everybody who was on the Surge stream yesterday. Jovan, we got to get your Surge record up this month, man. We got some work.
Yeah, I've been on a bit. Need to get back. Need to get back.
Still some time. Couple weeks. Maybe tomorrow when Trent returns, we'll go on there and see if we can boost the stats a little bit. Stat pad.
Okay? Stat pad.
Sage or him, bro. I'm actually 5-0 this month on the search. I was hosting yesterday. I swear to God, I pulled up the chart. I didn't know I was 5-0. I knew I was doing well. Pulled up the chart to show the people, screen sharing it during the stream, and I was at the top of the list.
You're actually him. Let's go.
Kind of him.
6-0. Skywalker.
6-0 after yesterday. You're right. Mitchell Parker. Wow. Let's go, Skywalker.
There's also 0 chance Trent does Surge tomorrow and win or lose tonight.
He said he's doing Surge tomorrow.
Okay.
Win, there's a chance. Win, there's a chance.
Yeah. Lose. We'll see.
Okay. We'll see, Goots. Let's see how bad he wants it. Yeah, generational run right now, Big Cheesy. Sure. Ground out simulator in DC. I bet it's probably because they put the Swing X in the stadium. There's like a golf simulator in Nats Park now. Maybe the guys are having too much fun hitting that before the games. All right. Haven't seen DJ Fitz in the chamber in eons. I know. Where's my goat Fitz at? Dude.
I've been begging for that for years.
Where is he?
Years.
Where's Fitz? Okay. Bell is up, so we'll see a K. Yep. Let me know when he strikes out, Cola. Or hits the softest ground ball ever to the second baseman.
Well, fly out to left.
Wow. Oppo Taco for Josh Bell.
So, yeah, he's getting the ball in the air.
He is getting the ball in the air these days. Yep, he is.
That's all I needed to see to tell you he is getting on base next day, B.
He might be hitting a nuke, folks.
I'm feeling it in plums. He's doing something.
He might be hitting a nuke's cue, folks. Yep, he just might. All right. Blue Jays are the over 8.5. I don't mind that over, but I like the Blue Jays first 5 -0.5. Blue Jays first 5 -0.5. Okay. And then, Jovan, I want to fade this pitcher, Colton Gordon, for the Astros. I think he gets absolutely shelled today. I like this square more than I like the Athletics on the ML, but I obviously like both. They're both in the Sharp report. But I think Gordon gets mucked up after a couple decent performances. I think the Athletics bats show up a little bit more motivated, a little bit more hungry, and the Astros show up a hair, fat, happy, and complacent. And we see the A's bats get to the Astros for the first time really this series, and we see Gordon get mucked up. Low fantasy score for a reason. Doesn't hurt that they're playing in the Sacramento Park, where runs are, occurring way more often.
Yep. Need those. I'm in on that.
Okay. All right. He was hot first half when the Pods traded him for Soto. Okay.
SBR saying he doesn't know why teams rostered Josh Bell in the first half because he turns up after the All-Star break. But
he is a second half.
He was a part of that
second half merchant.
Part of that trade because he was hot in the first half. So
first time ever, yeah. It was like his best first half of his MLB career. People were losing their minds.
And then he was cricket.
Yep. People forget he was in that trade.
People do forget.
And we got it back.
Actually insane.
It does not get talked about enough how bad the Padres have done in the past 3 years with that front.
Because they were pressing for the old owner, man. Bless his heart. They were pressing for him.
I know. It's just they've screwed themselves ever since. It's really bad. Like you know what is probably the worst contract in baseball right now? Xander Bogaerts.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah,
he's like bad. He's playing at like a Josh Bell level, and he has 8 years left on his contract.
It's bad. It's bad.
Really bad.
Yeah.
RBI double last night though.
He did.
Yeah, he did.
He did have a RBI double.
Yeah, he did. Okay.
But he's fucking horrible.
Beal contract. I bet.
That's the baseball version of the Beal contract, except it's just 8 years left, which is just insane.
As a Padres fan, this is sad and true. They're saying in the chat. Okay. Moved to Cali and became lazy. I don't know if that's what it was, Big Cheesy. I feel like he just kind of stunk it up, and I feel like he already passed his prime, and it kind of flew by quickly. A little bit quicker than we all expected. He might have lost some aura points when he left Boston as well. Certainly.
Yeah. So it's just like, I mean, not that I was the I told you so guy, because I had no take on it, but looking back on it now, a guy who gets his entire living off of hitting really hard ground balls. He was like a BABIP king during his prime for years. So usually the guys you probably don't want to sign for double-digit years, because what happens when those ground balls start going to gloves and stop getting hit as hard? He looks like he does now.
Okay. Well, we got Stanley lurking in the chat. Jovan, apologies if you already touched on this, but the Hogs in the 9th inning burying my natty future has me reevaluating his life. Yeah, I'm saying. Oh,
Hog piss.
Any games today?
No, the championship series starts Friday, Saturday.
Who we got?
It's LSU and Coastal rematch of, I don't remember how many years ago that was, but when Coastal beat them in the Natty a handful of years ago after beating TCU on the way to get there.
Wow. So we got a revenge angle here in this game, or in this series.
Yeah, revenge angle for LSU. I find it hard to believe that they're going to let Coastal get 2 as good.
Coastal's on a crazy win
is.
streak too right now. I saw they're like 26 games in a row they've won.
An NCAA history.
Wow.
Yeah, Kay Anderson, Jacob Morrison is just
not good.
That's splooge-worthy matchup right there. One of the best.
That's crazy. Also, good. Sorry, I didn't notice I didn't retweet the BTL tweet. We're good now?
Yeah, weird. Okay. Never happened before, ever.
Yep, that's a first. All right. K-Bert with the hose. No shot. K-Bert's doing something good. So I had to turn the game off so I could focus. Okay? So keep me updated. W's. Yeah, Cola, you like what you see? That might have been my highlight of the decade. Hitting that nuke and hammer.
Decade.
Yep. Krabs just likes to tweet out only his home run. The only home run he's ever hit. Yeah. If it wasn't for softball, I'd still be home runless in my career. Except for practice. But never hit a home run once in a game. You know why, Jovan? Because I was putting the ball in play. Put the ball in play, moving runners over, and playing small ball.
Not a me guy?
Not a me guy. I was a gap-to-gap hitter, singles merchant.
You're Dom
Just trying to put the ball in play and help the team win. Yeah, similar to Jeff McNeil. Yep. Sure. Put the ball in play. Sure. Krabs Bartolo moment literally was that softball swing. It doesn't get better than that.
Dude, the little jog back to the dugout has me so weak every time I see it.
I knew I was him.
That was literally that was what Goose looked like after cashing the I'm him leg.
Literally yelling I'm him in the casino.
Yeah, walking back after they got cashed out from the counter.
I'll never forget that moment, Goose.
It wasn't that loud.
Well, I like to pretend it was.
Yeah, I was more like, I'm fucking him. Like everyone in this casino right now doesn't know that I'm him. They don't know. But
I think he took his shirt off, if I don't remember correctly.
Didn't do that.
Oh, you're waving it around.
I wish I went to Poppy Steak, got the meat basket, but you know.
From Poppy to Popeyes, huh?
From Poppy to Popeyes.
You really be your own action sometimes, huh? Poppy to Popeyes. Hey, that Popeyes was good. Underrated, to be honest with you. How did we end up in a mall?
That mall was just stingray meat.
Worst mall of all time.
Literally worst I've maybe ever seen.
Had to get a diesel. Just had to.
So funny.
Hashtag thank you, Dave.
All right, let's see your squares, Jovan.
Yeah, W squares.
Let's see him. Flash him. Drop him. What do you got, Jovan?
Logan Webb. Absolute masterclass. That's what I'm betting on today. I think he's going to go deep in the game. Think kind of has to, but I also think the strikeout upside is a lot higher than some of his recent matchups too. I think he's got a couple double-digit K games, which is irregular for him, kind of sprinkled into his last 5. But I think this one has pretty close to that in terms of upside, especially because like a lot of the guys that are not J-Ram, if you're talking like I haven't looked and see if they dropped the lineup yet, but the Angel Martinez of the world, the Manzardos, anybody not named J-Ram or even Bo Naylor. I guess he has strikeout upside, but he's the other guy I would be a little scared about. I think Logan Webb matches up beautifully against that team. So taking his fantasy score today, then I'm pairing that with Benedict Mathurin to have a legacy game, especially because Hallie's not going to be 100%. We talked about that. We know that. I think what comes with that is when he is, on the other side of the court as a decoy for part of it, you're going to need, whether it's Mathurin, whether it's Nemhard, whether it's Siakam, you're going to need to put pressure on the defense and getting to the rim. And the guy that I think has been the most effective outside of Siakam, talking about, I guess, all of the guards and doing that consistently, is Benedict Mathurin. When they tell him, you have the green light, go run the offense, go be aggressive, go get to the hole, get to the free throw line, or even in his case, he's like taking a couple threes as of recently too. I saw LC was talking about that square that I kind of like, and I think this is his game to absolutely splooge. I think you're going to get, I think he said one like super magnet ball game, and I think that was the last game or the game 3 there in Indiana where he had 20 plus. I think you might get that. I think this is splooge.
And it's his birthday.
Yeah, saw that on the feed. Don't really care that it's his birthday, but perfect spot for him on offense, I think.
Doesn't hurt. Doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
He might turn into a me guy today and think he's him on his birthday.
Yeah, which I think I think a lot of the reason why I want it is because like with Hurt Halliburton and Nembhard is just never aggressive enough. It's like same with Siakam too. Like he's aggressive for parts of the game, then other parts of the game he just refuses to get the ball and get to his spots and get to the hole. Like Mathurin might have to be that guy, and they're certainly giving him the green light to be the guy when I think they're going to be put in a bunch of different situations where they have no other choice.
Okay. I could see it. As the Yankees give up another Nukenheimer to Joe Adell.
Shout out Joe.
Joe Adell with a sneak 15 home runs this year. Is that true? Wow.
He has 15.
Is he actually have 15 nukes? SBR? Wow. Joe Adell, who's once a top prospect in baseball, huh, Goots?
Yeah, he is. He was. I think he has like 3 in the past like couple days or something like that.
Damn.
But yeah, he's been red hot.
Okay. Well,
Here come the Reds.
Rodon has been Rodon. Ooh, Gavin Lux home run.
Reds are going to win that game, dude. I've already seen it.
Well, they've got some work to do still. It's 7-4. 7-4.
Have you checked some live odds?
The over already
hit. I got in before that.
The over already hit in the game. Crazy. It's bottom of the third. Okay.
Certainties.
All right, Goots. If you don't mind, I want to check out some splits in the NBA Finals game tonight. I want to see what people are betting on Pick'em Pro. You got me? Sure you can.
He's got you.
We'll check some splits here in a moment, folks. What do you guys think? Who do you think's public? Pacers or Thunder? We're about to find out. Wow. Shocker. People are betting on OKC to close the series out. I would have thought there'd be a little bit more bets maybe on the ML. Some other places I checked there were. But cool to see Pick'em Pro because we know where that money's coming from. We know it's legitimate splits. It might not be the biggest of samples, but we know it's real. And that might be more important than, anything else when looking at splits. So, Jovan, are you surprised to see the Thunder getting this many bets? Or not really much? You think people think the series is done with how Halliburton's been playing?
Yeah. I mean,
okay.
Last game plus I guess a lot of those bets are either assuming that Hallie's not healthy or he's not playing at all. Now that he's gotten announced playing, maybe like the tune would change on some of that, but it really shouldn't because I don't think it's going to have any effect on the game positively or negatively in terms of just the outcome of the game. But yeah, I'm not too shocked at all. I think the second that the Thunder won that game in game 5, I think everybody kind of agreed series is over.
Yeah. Yeah. It looks like Jacob Young's getting thrown out stealing. That's back-to-back days.
Okay.
Back-to-back days, Jacob Young's getting thrown out stealing. Back-to-back.
Okay.
The only thing he's good at is running. So what's the point?
That's bad. It's really bad. He did have a 3 fantasy score up today. So he got that with the single. Or got the 3 with the single.
Push. Sure. Yeah. He's low-key been hitting pretty well since he's come back from that injury. It's just, I guess he's lost some of his speed.
I guess so, dude.
All right. Rain delay now for 2 games. Which games? Don't tell me it's the Nats.
I mean, I'm watching. I guess they're probably talking about the Tigers. Right?
Okay.
It's the Tigers
Yankees
game, I assume.
And Tigers. Yep. Yankees and Tigers games. All right.
I'm watching Reds. So it's not that one.
Okay. Davis Martin. Billy's talking about. Yeah, what are your thoughts on Davis Martin today, Jovan? You can go look at some MLB splits.
Davis Martin. He's not pitching today, is he?
Sean Burke's pitching today.
Yeah. Sean Burke, and then the other game is Vassell. Yeah, he's on the screen.
Oh my God. No way he's up there back left sector, Jovan.
Yeah, he's up here.
That is a Jovan guy.
Sneak. These are all my guys up here. Davis, Aranda, Benson, and Raz.
That is Raz over there. Back right sector. Sure.
Snake.
Okay.
Kind of an insane number selection when you think about it.
Just dog shit players.
65, 62, 30, and 57 on the baseball field.
Yeah, Brady House picked 55 for his number. Like,
Sure.
Is he keeping that number forever? Is he going to
Probably
change it
not.
next year? Like,
yeah, he'll probably change it if he like legit finds a spot on team.
oh, he's hitting pretty well right now. I'm pretty impressed by Brady House.
Oh,
Early,
I
though.
know. I assume so.
Early.
I'm just saying he'll probably change it after a bit.
Okay. I kind of assumed too, but I wanted to ask that. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do like 55 though. You know, 5 is one of my favorite numbers.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just like it's like Shane. When Shane debuted, I think he might have been 62. He might have had the Aranda number, and then he eventually changed to 18, which is his.
Okay. All right. Let's talk about some baseball games here. Some of the ones that are starting up here soon. Cubs ML, you're bought in, down to fade Peralta?
I like Cubs. Down to ride that.
Yep. Cubs ML. Thoughts on Fetty versus Burke?
Fetty might toss some Krabs.
Toss some turkeys?
He might toss them.
Let me go look at some of his squares. I mean, yeah, Fetty's not good. Bless his heart. He's started to really come back down to earth here. His fantasy scores at 26.5, kind of high, but I mean, it's against the White Sox, so there's a little bit of a tax there. The guy's not been great. He's got a 16.5 pitching out square. That's kind of high. But again, everything's going to be a little bit higher and look a little bit better. He's facing the freaking White Sox, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't be surprised if he toss. We get some overs. Heard Josh talking about the over in the other game. We might get both.
It is a revenge game. Yeah. Didn't he sign with the White Sox first?
Yeah, he was a White Sox post Korea.
Yeah. And then he signed that solid contract with the Cards for a couple of years. Sure.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Pip thinks the Pacers cover tonight. Yeah. Pip, I'm with you, bro. But I think the best play is that team total over that Jovan sold earlier. Okay. All right. Let's look at Cleveland and San Fran. We already talked about this game a little bit here. You like the Giants, first fivers, back in Logan Webb. Love that. Any thoughts on the two Pirates and Detroit games? Might not just staying off that first game because it's super weird. It keeps getting pushed back. It's giving me weird vibes. If there's one way Tariq Screwball gets thrown off this season, it could be this, right? He's been thinking about the start for almost 2 days. Weird.
It's really weird. I mean, like I think if there's anything, like depending on how that first game goes, especially if you're the Tigers playing I don't want to say punt it game if they win game 1 and Screwball's involved, but you're facing Skeens game 2 against like some assortment of arms that you're going to throw out there. Like I said, you're not going to punt the game necessarily, but I feel like that's a perfect situation for the Tigers to keep a pitcher in there for a little longer than they would usually do, which maybe that'll be some W offense and the Pirates will actually give Skeens run support for one time.
That'd be rare.
It's probably a little Pirates game too.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I don't really have a good read in this one, so maybe it's just Pirates game 2. You roll with that. Okay. Thoughts on Sanchez versus Cabrera, Phillies versus Marlins? If you just look at the line, it looks like it's the Marlins, but the Marlins are playing decent of late. What are your thoughts on this game?
They are playing pretty decent, and so is Edward Cabrera, really. I think we talked about that last time he was out against the Rays, and he's really been pitching actually relatively decent since he came back, and he wasn't great against the Rays, even though I think he only gave up 1 earned, and then trying to think off the top of my head, he might have given up 3 like unearned runs because there are a couple of errors in the field, but it wasn't really all his fault. He gave up a bunch of hits, but should have fought his way out of it, but his defense didn't really help him. So, I mean, I wouldn't step in the way now, to be honest with you. I think he could pitch somewhat well against the Phils if he can not walk millions.
Hi. All right. Pip's asking in the YouTube chat, do I like the over in the late night Dodgers game tonight? Yamamoto, Bergert. Yeah, I honestly do. I would take the over again. I think you get some runs. Jovan, thoughts on that late night game? I know we're skipping to the end here, but you think we get runs again in LA?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't hate it. I guess we
crazy ending last night, bro. Crazy ending.
Insane ending.
Will Smith.
You knew there was going to be some moment like that in this series, but
yep.
Dodgers going for the 4-game sweep. Yamamoto on the mound against the Padres bullpen game. I Wouldn't be surprised if Yamamoto doesn't have his finest work out there.
You do think he pitches well? Okay.
No.
Oh, you wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't have his finest work up there.
Yeah, this is like
Okay.
everything's coming together. Like Yamamoto wasn't great last start either, and now this is going for a 4-game sweep as huge favorites against the Padres. I wouldn't be surprised if this is where they make their life tough, make his life tough.
Yama Moose meat.
Yama Moose meat. No, he's actually goated, but
He's solid.
Not his best workout last time out. I'll say that.
Okay. Yeah. Desperate Padres here looking to salvage the series. I like their chances. I like the Dodgers' chances against a bullpen game for the Padres. Totals up from 8.5 to 9. Runs.
Sure.
Runs. Okay. All right. Let's look at some of these other games here on the Diamonds, and then we'll get to the squad ride here, chat. We'll make sure we spend plenty of time on it so we get back in the win column for the squad rides. It's been a couple days. Got a good feeling about tonight, though. What about Jovan? I guess I want your thoughts on Orioles Tampa.
Another day, another huge line move towards the Orioles. Absolutely certain.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll be seeing. It's Rasmussen ML.
Wow.
Rasmussen ML.
One team in baseball that when they get line movement, it's probably not a good thing.
Yeah, it's honestly a cake
so
a lot
weird.
more than it isn't, which is incredibly odd. But yeah, give me. You know what's going to happen today? Charlie Morton. I feel like he's not even going to have that bad of a start, which I kind of like your under in the game too, and that kind of plays into what we were talking about. But they're going to outpatient him to death. He's going to have one of those starts where he gets like 4 2/3. He gives up maybe 2 runs, but he has like 4 walks. And the Rays just nickel and dime the Orioles to death and probably pull out something out of their ass late in the game once again that they shouldn't have and win a game that they shouldn't have.
Okay. Yeah, it's going to be a weird game. Still loving that under. See how it plays out. Goots, any additional thoughts? You want to just let this one splooge?
Better have that curveball ain't working, brother.
He throws that curveball. Brendan Loud's going to send that to the fucking pirate ship.
Yeah, to your fucking unicorn corner.
Uncle Charlie's Uncle Charlie, huh? Literally
Uncle
nicknamed
Charlie,
after
man.
his curveball.
It's my only hope. Like Obi-Wan
Goots
Kenobi.
never change.
Never will.
Never change, Goots. Good. All right. Any other plays you guys like on the diamond as we have corners, it looks like, in the Nats game with Bookit Squad at the dish, who, since they've called him up, is Barry Bonds. He's actually better.
Bookit.
That's the crazy part, is Bookit Squad is actually better than Barry Bonds.
It's insane.
He's better. Check the stats. Ever since he got called back up, he's been balling.
Yeah. I mean, it was always going to happen at some point because he was like one of the guys who expected, or everybody expected, to take a big jump, and he was moose shit for a while, and
they walked
now
him.
Second stint up after an injury. It's probably the perfect time. It's the same.
Bases are loaded.
Same cycle. Bases juice.
Bases are loaded in DC, Jovan. Oh, God.
Let's go ahead and move on from that game, Krabs.
2 outs, though.
Go ahead and do that for me.
Okay. I'm going to listen to Jovan, folks. I'm going to move on. Okay? It's not worth it. And I hope he didn't get a red slide that end because the Twins just keep scoring.
No, I didn't. I still might, though. If we can get out of this inning with 1.
All right. All right. Any WNBA plays for tonight, folks?
The W, we got 2 games. Mercury, Liberty, and Fever,
games.
Valkyries.
Yeah. Don't let the Liberty get hot. It might be too late. Best team in the league. Insane, dude.
Just crazy.
Pair them together, dudes. Pair them together and lay juice. That should go well. No, you're better off. Yeah, I wouldn't even do anything. You're better off taking both dogs straight on the ML for 0.05 units because it's the WNBA and random shit happens every night. That's a better game plan.
Did you tell me Caitlin Clark ain't busting today after getting in fights?
Yeah, that total's dropping against the Golden State Valkyries, the new squad.
The Valkyries are just... I feel like they're cat meat every time I check scores.
People are saying they're overrated. People are saying they're overrated. Yeah, Fever playing good ball after a slow start. Obviously, they had Caitlin Clark injured, so that was a big hit. In play outs in DC, I'm hoping, Stan. Williams out of it. Let's go. Come on. Do they cover? I don't know if they cover that. It's a really big number on the road. Although this would not be a game I'd be fading the fever after all that BS. You're right, Jovan. They might come out guns a-blazing.
Yeah, that might be Bustos. This might be another Caitlin Clark triple double. Could be an
Kelsey
NP, right?
Plum, mad at fans outside wanting autographs. Okay.
Okay.
Well, maybe it's just not her day.
Kelsey
Maybe it's
Plum's
a bad day.
funny, right?
That video, still weirdest video of all time. Courtside.
The popcorn
With the
one
popcorn.
makes me cringe every time, dude.
Yeah, sorry for bringing it up.
It's unbelievable.
Weird. Super weird. All right, chat. We're going to open up the floor if you guys have any questions on the rest of BTL today about the slate. Now is the time to ask them. We got a couple minutes here before we get to the squad rides. We got about 3 minutes. Would love to hear some thoughts, some questions. Maybe a golf play. Goots is checking out the Travelers. Goots, you got any golf plays?
Love a golf play from Goots.
Same.
Not yet. I'm just looking at the leaderboard, seeing some odds here.
Sure.
I'll take a pro.
Sure.
Yep.
W Pickett Pro. Yanks in all caps. Grisham nuke. I didn't even know that game was back on.
Yeah, their rain delay was like 5 minutes.
Okay.
5-minute rain delay.
That's a record. Wow, the Yankees take the lead because DJ LeMahieu somehow got on base.
Wow, super rare.
Good for him.
Those do not grow on trees.
No, they don't. And yeah, no surge today, chat, but rumor has it it'll be back tomorrow. And we do have a night sweats tonight with Trent for Game 6 in the NBA Finals. Any other questions about the slate today, chat? Now's the time. Now is the time. How would you handle it if you were that Arkansas left fielder? I'd probably lay low for a little bit, Guru Griff. Probably lay low for a little bit while. Right? Maybe hang out in the basement for a couple months. Maybe don't show face around town. Because I'm pretty sure they take baseball pretty seriously down there in Razorback country. I don't know if you want to be walking around town after making a play like that.
Yeah, just a little bit. Just
You're
a little
gonna get
bit.
chirped, right? Pax Pick says, do me a favor, look at George Springer fantasy. His hit run RBI is minus 150 on green and red is Ma. Well, that's a great sign for Toronto first 5. Maybe Springer gets him on the boards. Okay. And another nuke. Is that Goldschmidt? Wow, it is. 4-2 for the Yanks.
Splooging.
Okay.
Hash, I think Krabs.
Splooging. GF Swim, that might be a personal question, brother. Good luck out there. Good luck out there, GF Swim. Prayers up. Okay. What was I doing before reading that chat? I think I was looking up somebody on Prize Picks. George Springer.
George Springer fantasy is only 4.5. That's insane, dude.
It should be higher.
I mean, like, he hasn't been doing shit, but he is a consistent, like, 6.5 guy.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Maybe
Especially
he's just
when
slumping, huh?
I mean, yeah, he is. Obviously. It's a crazy sight. If it was a little higher, maybe that would tickle my gym a little more.
Come on, Nats. Please. Are they doing something or are you just rallying them on, Zach? Let me know. Wow.
Let's go see Drip.
Lead off single. Don't worry. He won't score. He won't. Please. Let's let James Wood hit. Let's stop fucking running into outs on the base paths, bro. And there it is. There it is, Goots. Wearing the shirt. James Wood nuke.
I'm literally him.
Goots, you're him. Goots, you're him. Let's fucking go. You won't score. You're welcome, Coop. Let's fucking go, Nats.
One pitch, one hit.
There we go, Nats.
There we got over the wall.
Here we go, James. Sure.
Could that be the hit that brings the Nats back?
James Wood is on pace for over 40 home runs this year. What a beast. Man, I'd love to see that home run. I wasn't watching. I'll have to look it up. Goots, might be time to do a little squad ride action here, huh? You down?
Might be time.
Might be time. Goots, why don't you go ahead and run that shit? I'm trying to see that train. All right, chat. No squad ride yesterday because of the rain delay. We are 7-5 in the month of June. We are 54-1 this year. Got to be better. Got to improve. We got Carson B coming in hot. Let's get this money, fellas, with the resub. W Carson B. Let's go, dude. Sure.
Carson.
Let's go, Carson. Attaboy. Attaboy. All right. I really need to see this James Wood home run, man. Where is it?
Krabs will not be able to focus until he gets eyes on that nuke.
I need eyeballs on the nuke. And it's nowhere to be found on the interwebs.
How about Garcia splooging while you're looking? Pax picks with a 2-geyser.
Let's go, Pax picks.
And Scooball.
Attaboy.
Scooball not dialed.
Garcia. Maybe it's good that I stayed off that first 5 under today. You think about a start for too long, can't be good.
Too long.
Can't be good. You don't want to throw a wrench into anything he was already doing.
You got a day delay plus another delay the day of.
Yeah, it's weird.
Now you get to face Barry Bonds Canario with Platt in the first.
Wow.
Garcia. That could be a disaster.
We got a hype train moving and grooving, folks. Perfect way to close out the BTL stream today. Let's go. All right. Let's move. Let's groove. Jovan, any plays that you were absolutely in love with today, my man, as I'm watching this nuke? Why don't you talk about it?
I mean, I like the Giants. It's kind of early, but we don't have much of a choice.
Yep. That was a sick nuke. Opposite field. Oppo Taka. Not a lot of people have more pop to him than him. Oppo Taka. Him and Shohei.
Oppo.
Him and Shohei and maybe Soda. That's the big 3.
That is
right.
Actually the big 3, yeah.
Yeah, for Oppo power it is. All right. Jovan, you really like that Giants first 5 ML? Favorite play today?
Yeah.
Okay, let's run it. Giants first 5 ML. Or -1/2, sorry.
-1/2, yeah.
Excuse me. Yep. I really like that Orioles Rays under, Jovan.
I'm in on that.
Okay, and I think we just go 2 plays, 2 winners for tonight.
Sure.
You down for that?
Yep.
Chat, 2 plays, 2 winners. You got 2 minutes to lock in your squad ride vote. Hurry up, go, go, go. Get involved. If you're asking yourself, where is the poll? I can't find it. What is going on? Where am I? If those are some questions you're asking, get your ass over to the Twitch chat. You're probably watching on YouTube because the poll is up in the Twitch chat. You got about 2 minutes left. Get involved. All right, you got the Giants first 5 -1/2 and the Orioles and Rays under 8.5. Lock in. Certainly that under gets a lot of votes, right? Certainly.
Under hasn't gotten votes in years.
You guys hate unders, man. You used to love them. Now they hate them. W Subbies on the stream today from Pax Picks, Carson B, Sade Whiteman, Banana, Big Bat, K Crad. You guys are goated. I appreciate all you guys. Okay? Dubs. Krabs, Shohei, Woods, nukes. What is that link? Oh, you're just saying it was like a Shohei type nuke? Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was, Pega. That was awesome. That was awesome. All right. Jack, get those votes in. Hurry up. Go, go, go. You got a couple minutes or a couple seconds left here. Couple seconds left. Okay? Get involved. Jovan, it's looking like it's going to be the Giants' first 5ers, and I've got no qualms with that. I like that play. I love that sell job.
Sure.
Certainly.
Logan fucking.
Right? Yeah, back in Logan Webb, who's got a crazy high pitching out square up there today.
I mean, yeah, it's just like the Logan Webb.
Score.
It's just the Logan Webb tax at this point.
Yep.
He's never going to have
Krabs,
a regular
Strider today.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. It is Logan Webb we're talking about here. William Wage was asking if I'm fading Strider after 13 Ks. I can't because I'm worried about what I'm seeing from the Mets right now. They got no heart. They got no heart on the road. I wouldn't be shocked if the Braves win again. I wouldn't. All right, chat. It's going to be the Giants' first 5ers. WBTL today. W Squad Ride tonight. Giants' first 5 -1/2. We'll meet you guys at the cash counter, and we'll catch you guys tomorrow.